there's nothing that separates us as human beings, and networking for me is a way to connect people to each other and close the gap of distance that is between us.
This podcast encourages and empowers you to create your own unique real story, develop your own unique real statement, and discover your own unique real self. The power is yours. Good afternoon, Kristian Altuve. How are you doing on this wonderful, beautiful day?
I'm doing super well, Angle. It's actually my birthday today.
Wow! Well, so my name is pronounced Angel, right? So
Angel,
but
okay.
It's okay, right? Like a ton of people do that to me. But yeah, congratulations, man. It's your birthday and you're on a podcast. Really cool.
Yeah.
Tell us, what is the reason or how did we connect? And is it because of your talent? Would you say it's because of your talent or not because of your talent?
I don't think this time around. One of my friends was on your podcast and we were connected when I acknowledged your mastery of the 12-minute podcast on a friend's post on LinkedIn.
Which is cool, right? Which speaks to what? Let's dig into this. Now, you're aware, you're networking. This was on LinkedIn, right? So,
Correct.
connect the dots for me, man. Like, what is it about you that resonated with that?
Really, I just think that there's nothing that separates us as human beings, and networking for me is a way to connect people to each other and close the gap of distance that is between us.
Let's dig into the 0 Degree story, right?
Yeah. So 0 Degree Story is my film production business where we help our businesses solve challenges with time, money, or differentiating themselves with video. And 0 Degrees is based on the philosophy and my belief that stories are the closest distance between two humans. And on LinkedIn, we have first degree connections, but I believe that there's really 0 degrees of separation between us. And so my hope is to create stories that make us feel that oneness with each other.
Who did you learn the appreciation for stories from?
I think it's, as humans, it's naturally in us. But my inspiration to connect humans is because my family has a very diverse cultural background. My mom is German, but she was born and raised in Central America, and my dad is from Venezuela. So I've had experiences where our family dinners, 3 languages are being exchanged.
Wow.
And we're so different from one another, but yeah, we can all come together and share in the experience.
That's really cool. My mother was born in Venezuela as well. It's
Wow.
intriguing, yeah. I totally agree with the 0 degree concept. I love it as well. I think it's a great idea. But the capacity to do video, where did that evolve from?
That, when I got my first camera in high school, I started with, learning Photoshop and all this digital art in high school. And then I got a camera. Something intrigued me about it, but it was just something that I had with me and just recorded stuff. And I would do silly things like try to recreate a green screen invisibility blanket like Harry Potter in the movies, or I even just was fascinated at doing something in real time and playing it backwards in reverse. So it was just, to me, the manipulation of images to create different realities.
Where's the best place for someone who is intrigued by what you do, who is even looking to communicate their story, to connect with you?
If someone's looking to connect, better connect through storytelling from a business capacity, 0degreestory.com is the best place to go for that. Otherwise, if someone's interested in just the whole wide range of things I've created, my YouTube channel, Kristian Altuve, is where you're going to find me doing all sorts of things.
Wonderful. Tell me one other thing that you've done consistently over the last 3 years, please.
Over the last 3 years, I have consistently created a morning routine of movement. First thing I do every morning is moving, either that's working out, stretching, or running. I spend at least 10 minutes moving my body to kind of wake up my body before I put my mind to work.
How does that make you feel?
It makes me feel alive and ready for the day. And it's that habit has been ingrained since high school swimming started, and we had practice at 5
Wow.
a.m. every day.
Now, there was something I saw on your LinkedIn profile that piqued my curiosity. It was two pendants, and the pendants look like nothing I've ever seen before. Is there some type
Mhm.
of significance to what you were wearing in that profile pic?
So one of them, I both received those as gifts when I was in a small village in Costa Rica doing a work exchange on a farm property. And one of them was from a friend I met. She's a French Canadian. We traded. But then the other one, my favorite, is the peach. It's a peach pit that
Hmm.
my friend Jasmine made. She handmade it, and I loved it. I was so drawn to it. Although I don't eat too many peaches, it to me signify it's just a symbol of the seed of life.
Hmm.
And from something like this sprouts a whole entire tree that's fruit bearing, and to me that's just incredible.
Yeah, yeah, you're an interesting guy. So suggest to someone that's listening why they should look to life the way you've looked to life, where there's this type of uncovering of what's the deeper meaning, what's the deeper meaning. If that's accurate, why would you suggest that to other
Mm,
people?
I would suggest that because otherwise, what meaning is life? We have this opportunity to create that meaning for ourselves in the silliest or most simple ways possible. And I suggest doing that if you feel like there is no meaning, you can create meaning, and it can connect you with a sense of purpose. Because often we can wander around feeling lost and unsure about why we're on this planet, but we have the opportunity to create what that means for ourselves.
Amazing audience again. You're hearing it live from Kristian Altuve. Again, it's his birthday, right? So, we're
Yeah,
partying virtually on the podcast here, right? Because it's his
yeah, yeah.
birthday. 0 Degree Story is where it's at. Kristian, let's switch gears for a moment. Let me invite you now into my time machine that is surrounded with beautiful,
Woo!
warm, blue Caribbean water. Kristian,
Love it.
what's your earliest childhood memory?
Wow. Oh, this is my earliest childhood memory is uh this is so funny. It's coming up is when I was in second grade and I was trying to show off to get the attention of a girl I had a crush on. And so I climbed up onto the highest point of a park of our playground during recess, and I was hanging from it, pretending like I was about to fall, hoping to get her attention. I failed to get her attention, and instead, my friend thought I wasn't faking it, and I actually needed help. So he ran and got whoever the teacher was, who was, watching over us playing, and they came and saved me. But I didn't need saving.
So, how old were you again? Like what, like three?
Second grade.
Okay,
So
all right,
how old am I? 7 or 8 years old?
all right.
6, 7.
Why do you think this memory is so clear?
Um, this memory is clear because I recently talked about it through uh, a facilitation of my friend David, who encouraged us to think back to a time, our first memory, and what role were we playing. And to me, that role was a performer. I was performing to get someone's attention, and that's very much a part of my character, who I am today. I love performing and making a show for people because I have it fun, and I think it makes things a little bit lighter for us.
Most definitely. Love how you connected that. All right. If we fast forward to when you were 12 years old, what was your favorite song?
Hmm. This is a tough one.
So second grade is there, and then we come up, and then 12.
At that point, I was probably listening to some Daddy Yankee, some reggaeton music, gasolina, and uh, yeah, Daddy Yankee's like a Venezuelan, I believe he's Venezuelan reggaeton rapper, and I would with that with my cousins. We would just dance to that music all day.
Sweet. All right, my friend. Well, we've arrived at our destination, but before we get off of this time machine, there's
Hmm.
a small declaration form, so it's yes or no. We're going to move pretty quickly here. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Kristian, have you chosen someone to pass on your skills to?
Yes.
Are you married?
No.
Do you have children?
No.
Do you believe in God?
Yes.
Do you have an inner circle of friends?
Yes.
Do you watch TV for more than 3 hours a day?
No.
How about 3 hours a week?
Sometimes.
What
No.
about screen time, the phone and or the computer? More than 8 or less than 8 hours a day?
More. more than 8.
If you had to share with us, Kristian, your own unique real statement, a statement that represents who you are, Kristian Altuve, what would you say that is?
I'm like a river otter that flows down the river. I go at the pace of nature, and not faster and not slower.
Love that. Kristian, this has been a great pleasure. Before we leave, is there anything else you'd like to share with our amazing audience?
I want everyone to have a great day and to send love to the world.
I appreciate you tremendously, champion. I appreciate you coming out here on
Thank
your
you
birthday.
so much.
Yeah, this was a ton of fun. Again, amazing audience. Kristian Altuve. Kristian, thank you for being on What is Inspired by 12-Minute Convos with Angel Jones. This podcast is produced by Pod Edits. Visit podedits.com for professional podcast publishing.